Okay, so in this video, I'm going to walk you through where the majority of startups are going wrong with their SEO, the things you want to avoid, the things you want to focus on when you've got so many things to balance on a startup. This is how to do your SEO properly. Let's jump into it. Okay, so SEO for startups. Now, we've got three aims that I think every startup wants to achieve when doing their SEO. Number one is come up under your brand name, especially as we've got so many startups with quite original names and quite repetitive names. A lot of them have very similar names. You want to make sure what you're coming up under when people are looking for your product is relevant, but also appearing in relevant keywords, right? This is basic SEO, but it's good to lay out. If you have a cold email marketing tool and people are searching for specific cold email marketing tools, you want to come up. Number three has kind of emerged very recently, and this is about being recommended by ChatGPT. Probably one of the most valuable sources as a startup is to be recommended for someone who has a pain point and is talking to ChatGPT about it, and you are the solution. So we're going to go through in this video the strategy which covers all of these. And before we get into that, I just want to let you know there's kind of two paths that startups will follow when it comes to SEO. And you really want to make sure if you are kind of getting going with your SEO now, the startup's raising money or kind of picking up force now in 2025 and onwards, you want to be taking path two rather than path one. So let me lay out path one so that you make sure you are not going to make this mistake. Let's call path one traditional SEO. And despite me calling it traditional and old-fashioned, it's still what most businesses do. It's still what most SEO agencies offer. And it's this kind of service, right? It's where we're researching keywords, we're finding blog posts, we're writing blog posts even, and we're building backlinks, okay? And 99% of SEO agencies you work with will do this in a linear, finding keywords, writing a blog post about it, building backlinks, and going round and round in circles. Literally just this, again and again and again. And this is traditional SEO because SEO has fundamentally shifted away from just the search engines. And what I mean by this is let's just have a look at what we're trying to do in 2025, okay? Number one, like I said, is we do want to rank for Google. Google is still very important. Search engines are always going to be there and be kind of the core to how we find information. But also we're looking at AI. And these are the two rules you need to know. When we are optimizing for AI, you need to have multi-channel authority. And what that means is your brand needs to be on Reddit, it needs to be on Wikipedia, YouTube, Google, all of these other sites, okay? Then we've got Instagram, we've got LinkedIn, we've got Quora, we've got Pinterest, okay? There are lots of opportunities of where AI is constantly pulling information from. And what's golden for us is to get into those sources. More about that in 1 second. Now let's have a look at how Google ranks sites, okay? It's expertise, authority, and trust. This idea of building backlinks and blog posts used to be able to make you dominate search results because this very much was like how you built authority. You show you know what you're talking about. But in the age of kind of AI written content and people trusting people less, just publishing a blog post on a relevant keyword is not enough to show expertise, authority, and trust. It's a start, and it is a start that everyone should make, but it's very much the baseline, okay? So if there's one word we're taking away from both of these, it's that in 2025, your strategy needs to not be SEO, but it needs to be authority. How can you be the trustworthy source, the trustworthy tool, the trustworthy voice in the cold email marketing tool startup world, okay? How can your brand be the relevant and dominant voice? Let's take a look at maybe Instantly, for example. Like, why do they dominate cold email marketing? Well, it's because they follow the strategy that I'm about to show you. Let's take a look at what this strategy actually is. And it's called what I call the authority funnel. Let's just pull out the authority funnel here quickly so we can just have a quick look at how this actually works, okay? So the authority funnel has four main stages to it: research, make, remake, and engage. And essentially, this is what you're going to do with your content, with your kind of online presence to show Google, show search engines, show ChatGPT that you have authority. let's break it down stage by stage. Okay, research is very simple. Research is looking at what people are talking about. So for example, research is this. What is your market talking about? I know that in the SEO space, people are very much talking about AI SEO, talking about Reddit. And I know that because I'm constantly looking at what people are posting on YouTube, what people are posting on LinkedIn, what people are posting on Quora and Reddit. And I can answer these questions. What are people talking about? What questions are people asking? What's the trend and what are the bottlenecks? The more you stay across these communities here, the more you actually understand and engage what is going on in your industry. I think the preconceived notion a lot of people have is that we can just look on SEMrush, have a look at a trending keyword and figure out, okay, this is what we're going to write our blog post about this month. But like, frankly, that is outdated and needs to be, it's different now. You have to understand fully what's going across all these different tools. Then number 2 is make, and this is about creating your core content. In this case, it's about creating a blog post. Okay, so this is your blog post. In this case, it's what is AI for SEO. Again, if you're Instantly, you're going to be writing about what is spin tax in cold email marketing. And then you're going to use that core content and make sure that core content is well written. You know, again, we're going back to this idea of authority. Do you show you know what you're talking about? Are you bringing in relevant sources? Ideally, are you using a human copywriter who really knows what they're talking about rather than just all AI generating it? We go down from there and we remake. Now notice this line here is where most SEO agencies stop. This is kind of slightly enhanced but traditional SEO. Research and make, research and make. The strategy which makes startups win, and it's so evident in these big startup brands like Instantly and Cluely, is that they are remaking and repurposing content. Now, this sounds tricky, but it really isn't. You can take this core blog post that you've written and you can film a 10-minute video of you talking about what you found. You can then repurpose that into LinkedIn shorts, in Facebook Reels, Instagram, TikTok videos. You can repurpose that from your short form, from your long form content to your short form content. Then again, you can take that blog post and you can put it on LinkedIn and you can create a LinkedIn company carousel. Then you can create a Medium blog post. And bear in mind, what we're just doing here isn't just bringing our brand and putting our brand on multiple different sources across the web. We are building our own individual kind of sales channels on these platforms. So now LinkedIn is our own sales channel. YouTube will get clients through. Medium, you're building all these things, but I think we think of them separately. We think we've got to have an SEO strategy. We think we've got to have a YouTube strategy, a LinkedIn strategy. Everything ties together. Your general online web presence is what boosts you in every corner of the internet. So think of this collectively rather than as individual strategies. You don't have to be a master on YouTube and spend loads of money on it. You don't have to be a master on LinkedIn, but what you do have to do is have a presence on each and build your general web authority. Okay, another one, Reddit and Quora, both super important for finding and working out what people are talking about and then going engaging as the authority source. So like people are talking about here, how do you optimize for AI? How do I write SEO content using AI? I know after writing a blog post, after filming many YouTube videos, after posting on LinkedIn, I know exactly what to say to this. And I can go position myself as the authority source. I can mention my brand name. I can make it sound natural because I'm providing value, which is what all these platforms are made for. Now notice what this isn't is now some sort of hack, some sort of kind of shortcut getting me onto Google or ChatGPT quickly. But almost the results from this, once this is done properly, are a shortcut because this is day one of Google. This is day one of what ChatGPT is looking for. This is kind of how this was intended to be used. You put in effort to becoming the authority source. Now, how often do you need to do this? I would recommend keep it really simple to start with. Every week, so let's do a week. I want you to write one blog post, one YouTube video. Well, obviously you've got your one blog post, and that's going to turn into one YouTube video, one LinkedIn carousel, one Medium blog post, and a bit of short form content. Then what you will collect over the month is 4 of these. So you're going to have 16 individual pieces of content, going across the web, if not more, like that's a minimum you need to do. And you know, that is going to stack and stack and stack over time, because all of these sources will become relevant. They're not going to die out anytime soon. So that's the kind of leaving message here. As a startup, think of all these platforms and all these things we've been told about SEO and AEO and AI SEO as this kind of web. Everything connects together, and the more places you can be, the bigger your web becomes, and the more likely you are to have authority on Google and be recommended by ChatGPT, which is the most important thing as a startup. Thank you so much for watching. We have a school community below for completely free, where I'm kind of walking you through how you can do this for brands, kind of way more, even just so we got some dashboards you can use on there, some automations to make this all possible. Really, really recommend joining that. And thank you for watching this video. Okay, cheers. Bye-bye.